What's up, Team YouTube? What are you watching in the world? Oh, are you a casual viewer? Are you a new viewer, first timer? You've been around a long time? All right, so this chart right here, this is a C minor triad. This is video 6 in a playlist. I want this to be like your encyclopedia. Grab the ebook, link below, 1 triad, 1 book per video. All right, now, here's the most important part of triads. There's 12 of them across different string sets. Now, on the chart, I will point out, you see around the ADG string, there's a red box. It's consistent on every single chart. That's called the Eddie box. Why? Because my friend Eddie, he's real, he lurks in the comments, look for him. He said I gotta put a red box around there so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just, it's just like a reference point. So look, E flat, G, C, E flat, G, C. Now if you notice on the chart, I didn't put the notes. Here's why. You need to light bulb this. You don't know what you don't know, which is why you're here, all right? And there's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I don't know. So you want to know where the root is, okay? So if I know this is here, this is a movable shape. I know this shape. Just look at the shape. Look at how I'm fretting it. I'm on the ADG string set. This is a first inversion minor triad. So if I go all the way up here, all I really need to know is that the root is on the G string and this triad shape on this string set. You feel this? And then we'll play some music, okay? So look, if I'm right here, I'm just using this to kind of drive home a point. That's a G. I'm on the G string, so that means this is a G minor first inversion triad. Okay, let's go back to what's on the chart. Now, you also want to start connecting the dots, and you need to know what the relative major is. So this is the 6, the minor 6. Okay, and I know you guys have heard this stuff, so even if this is a foreign language, keep coming back here. You guys know what buttons to hit. Okay, so if we go to E flat major is the relative major. They share all the same notes. That's all modes are. More on that later. Let's not melt your brain more than it's already been melted already. All right. Does that make sense? So now, how could we make music with this? Okay. I do want you to notice this. So let's get some ear training. Just play this. Let it ring out. Rhythm is king. Rhythm is queen. A lot of beginners ask me, why do I need so many different versions of chords? Because it's just like being a cook. What if you only had salt to cook? Everything was salt. They didn't have all these other spices. That's what music is too. Okay? So this has a very mellow quality. Okay? Now I'll just point out one more piece of information. On the bottom right of the chart, gotta teach you the theory, all right? Whether you want it or not. I'm gonna melt your brain with it. So you see this flat 3 to the 5. That's a major third interval. Okay? I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? We're playing a minor inverted triad, but we have a major third interval to kick it off. And then from the 5 to the 1, we have a perfect fourth interval. We don't even have a minor interval, but because of the notes that we have in this triad, that is a minor triad. It's an inversion, okay? Inversion just means when you take the 3 or 5, and in case of triads, the 1, 3, and 5, that's the major, or 1 flat 3 and 5, that's the minor. The flat 3 is what makes it minor. You gotta drive that home, okay? I'm gonna keep driving it home whether you want it or not. So it just has a mellow quality, okay? So since the flat 3 is the lowest fundamental note, it's just a first inversion triad. I just think of it as a 351. That is a first inversion. If you saw 513, which we haven't gotten to yet in this playlist, but we will, that's a second inversion. Okay? That'd be the 5 as the lowest fundamental. So now what could we do? Let's just make some music. We don't need to drag this on. I just want this to be like your encyclopedia. You know what buttons to hit? And do me a huge favor. If there's like a hype button anywhere, I like you to hype this up. Hype up all the videos. We can use all the help we can get. All right. So if we are in the key of E flat shank, part of making music, right? Okay? Rhythm. Let's do a 4 and 5, meaning a minor 6, 4, 5. So the 4 chord in the key of E flat, or C minor would be, here is A flat major triad. This is why you're gonna wanna know these shapes. See, like if you see this shape, and you need to know, and that's why you'll binge watch the major triad playlist at the end of this video. I did all 12 of those. This is a major triad on the DG. So this is A flat to B flat. So minor 6, C minor, watch. Okay, maybe I don't want the flavor of this minor triad that's on this string set. Maybe I do this one. I already did this in a video, so watch that playlist too. Here's a 1 flat 3 5. back, hey look, I go. Then back to the original. And you know what, I need you to be keenly aware of too, like look, I just tucked the pick away and I'm just finger picking. I'm pedaling off this bass, or the bass note being in this case, what bass note is that? E flat. That's the flat there going. I'm doing the triad on this chart. Listen, you become an extremely powerful musician when you start connecting the dots and having light bulb moments like this. You're like, oh, wait a minute, right here is an E flat major scale. I could go, or I could pull 2 notes out and just do E flat pentatonic, major pentatonic. My point being, like, you gotta connect, oh my gosh, this triad shape, this first inversion C minor triad, it lives right inside of the E flat major or the E flat major pentatonic. Why? Because they're a family. They love each other. So relative major, relative minor. So how could we parlay that into actually sounding cool and playing cool sounding music? I'm just gonna get rid of the pick. I'm gonna do. Gotta get creative, all right? Don't just flatline in your brain when you're doing stuff. Like, do little things like arpeggiate it with the pick. Then tuck the pick away, or get it, and then arpeggiate with the fingers. Hit the bass note, do like this little percussive thing. I'll link a video at the end of this I did on Friday about fingerstyle. You gotta incorporate that into playing. Or you could do a hybrid. You could hold the pick, get that flat 3 like this. Okay, picking it with the pick. Just showing you some frameworks. You don't have to do this. It's just kind of my vibe, myself. Something like this. One more tiny thing. This is super cool. I'm going to do a video on this where you go from, here's a C5 power chord. You see that? C, and I got G, and then back to C, okay? You guys know power chords. We learned those in like our first day of guitar. You've got this really cool thing where you slide into this. This is a major triad inversion. You could also do it too where you go, like, you could do like the C to C minor. Like that, go. There are rules to music, but then there's also no rules. You know what? If you know what that means, just drop in the comment. Meaning you just gotta use your ears and let it guide you, okay? So grab this video number 6, grab this ebook. I'll put a whole nice ebook together at the end. That'll probably put on like the site for like $4 just to support the channel. They're all free right now, separate. But I want you guys to let me know how you're doing with this. Tell me, please tell me you know the importance of why you need to know these triads. They're the most powerful thing in music. They connect everything. They're the spine, they are the glue, they are the bones. All right, drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Definitely, where are you watching from? Okay, we're gonna keep this rolling. Anything else you wanna see? Give me some feedback, let me know. I'm here to make it for you. I wanna learn with you, and we'll keep this thing rolling. Only you can stop. You don't stop. See you in the next video. Peace.